All right. Hello. Welcome back, you guys and gals. Appreciate you hitting the play button and following along. Let's go. Much love for the support, the likes, double thumbs up for you. Those of you that hit the like button, and subscribers, supporters. You guys are all beautiful, intelligent, wonderful people. I appreciate the support on the channel. Let's go! You guys are all awesome. Turn it up. Turn it up. I tells ya. Turn it up. Okay, let's continue. Just want to double check, make sure we're good. Let's go! Sounds like we are. All right. Yeah, I closed it. Right. We'll open this again. Easy. No problems. We'll load her up. Oh, that was fast. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. All right, let's go. Okay, so what have we done? We have increased the length of our roadway. Let's go. We've doubled it. Oop. So we doubled the length of our roadway system. We could really go wild and just add roads and more roads and more roads and more roads. Maybe even build a racetrack. Wow, doesn't that sound like fun? With obstacles. Let's go. We've added a bunch of boulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 boulders on our roads. Makes sense because we're close to the mountains. So yeah, I can see it. But don't worry, guys. Don't worry. We're safe. You know why? Because we are in an armored vehicle. Let's go! Much love to the strong and courageous men and women in the military. Let's go. Okay, what are we doing next? Okay, so we added some obstacles. Our camera. What are we gonna do? We're gonna locate your camera and run the game. Well, that's no biggie. We could do that. We're not going to see much action other than our armored vehicle and a boulder on the road. Oh, camera, we could technically move it a little bit. I guess. Won't hurt. My keyboard is being a pain in the butt. Okay, so let's move our camera, I don't know, there. Where was it before? Control Z. It was at 5. Edit, redo, move. We're at 15. Okay, so we'll just drop it at an even 15 and let's have a look. Okay, all we've done is move the camera a little bit, guys. No big deal. As a matter of fact, since we're already here, let's do this. We're going to move our camera system so that we're looking at our tank. So what I'm going to do is, let's try something here. Our camera, we need to rotate it. So we need the blue pointing down the roadway, right? Because that's our view with the camera. So rotate our camera. Let's go 0. Oh, look at that. There we go. We are now looking down the roadway at, you can see in this little mini. If we go to game here, there we go. Okay, guys? We can jump between scene. Scene is where we put together our little world. In the game, well, it's the view of the camera. And again, we can run it, and we're just going to see the same thing. Not a lot of action going on. We're gonna get there, so stay tuned for that. Let's do this. What is the... Oh, interesting. They're at 0, so X is at negative 2.5. So let's take our camera. Oh, it's pretty much the same anyway, so we'll leave it. But we need the elevation. We gotta increase our elevation here. So we're gonna go up in our Y a little bit. Okay. And then we might rotate our camera a little bit so that we're looking downwards. So we gotta think about this, guys. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this slowly. So if we rotate our camera, okay, looking at our values here, again, X is this one, Z is this one, and Y is this one. So we're going to be rotating our camera about the X axis, right? So let's see, rotate 5, it's got a slight rotation, but not much. Let's go 0. So that should make it, that's actually rotating upwards, it looks like. That's interesting. Why is it doing that? I don't know, but we want to rotate down. So let's go down 15 degrees. Did that go down? No, it did not. Let's go positive 15. Okay, let's try 20. There we go. We're kind of looking at the back of our... So let's go back to 0. Okay, where we were. We're just getting an idea here. We got a little bit of, whoops, Control Shift Z. Let's edit redo. I just hit Control Z too much. Putting that at 0, it's interesting. Why does that not look like it's horizontal? Okay, it is. It just looked different. All right, so we're gonna go into the Y direction a little bit more. Let's see. And then we're gonna rotate because we want to get a little bit of a better view of the roadway, guys. Okay, and I think we're gonna move it a little bit closer. Whoops. Okay, I don't know, we'll just go there, and then we're gonna rotate it 20 degrees again. And let's see, let's have a look in our game view. It's not bad. We're not really seeing much of our the overall perspective of the tank. Control Z. Let's move it back again and rotate it. I don't know if 20 degrees is enough. We'll see. It's kind of a guessing game. It's not bad. Control Z. I'm going to move it back just a little bit more. And then we'll rotate it 20. And then let's have a look. Okay. Trying to get a little bit more of a back view of the tank itself. Okay. Let's maybe make that 0. I don't know if that's too much, but let's go 20 again. And then let's have a look. Okay, that's better, I guess. Going back to here. Okay, that's the perspective we're getting. 0. See if we go back just a little bit more. -1. Rotate 20 degrees. There. What do you guys think? That's not bad, huh? A little bit better. A little bit better. That's kind of the perspective we want, in a sense. So let's roll with it. if we run it, that's what we're going to see. No action, but there it is. What do you guys think? Nice. You're just playing around with the numbers, guys and gals, right? Get an idea where you want the camera. I mean, you could rotate the camera a little bit more. You don't want to rotate it too much, I don't think. It's kind of your own preference. The Y elevation. I mean, I could change this back to 0. I'll make this 6. It's a nice little even number. I'll go 22 degrees. Let's have a little look. Okay, not bad, right? 18 degrees. It's a little bit closer. You can see the bottom of it a little bit more. Back to 20. 20 is a nice number. All right, let's just leave it at that. Okay, what are we going to do next? What is next? Well, we've already done it. We moved the camera behind the vehicle. That is done. Customize the interface layout. Right, we've already gone over that. Okay, that's this. Okay, creating your own custom layout. Right, guys? Again, if you want to change it up, you can see it's all the different perspectives going on. Tall. Just depends on the kind of layout you want, right? You could take this game and do that. Then you have a double view. Kind of helps to be able to do that, to be honest. Again, before you go all crazy, I mean, you can still reset it back to default, right? So if you get too wild and you don't like it, you can reset it, start again. Okay, so that's your layout. Again, when you're done and you're happy with your layout, then you can save it, right? I've already got it saved. So I'm going to go custom. I've already kind of got my own setup. It's what I'm used to. I'm just going to roll with it. Again, you can change it, modify it, tweak it a little bit, and then all you have to do is just save it, right? And you can save the file and you can actually keep a backup copy of it on your system, right? Kind of like I did here. Custom layout. Okay, except I named it custom. What else? Okay. And that's that. So what's the next thing on the agenda? What are we doing? What are we doing? Bum, bum, bum. What the? Okay, what? Okay, I think I went the wrong spot. Where are we going here? Let's see. Right here. I think that's where we want to be. Okay. Let's see. Create our first script. Okay, is it time to create script, guys? Time to create our first script. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, that means we are creating some C# script. Again, you guys, I recommend you learn how to code C++, C#. I have a bunch of C++ videos. Again, C++, if you learn that language, C# is going to be easy. It's going to be a gravy train to learn after. And C++ gives you get a better understanding of what happens under the hood in regards to behind the scenes when you run code between compiling and running. Okay, you just get a better, more in-depth understanding. At least for me, that's how it was. Again, I have a bunch of C++ videos. Grind through all those. That'd be awesome. There's a folder with 43 videos. Again, you don't have to watch I mean, they're 2-3 hours long. The last half an hour or hour is all mathematics. So the 3-hour videos are really only a couple hours, guys. Okay? Take your time, dip into it a little bit by little bit. Get yourself Visual Studio and then learn how to run code in a console. Once you get good at that, you'll be able to kind of learn C# afterwards, and you'll have a good understanding of what's up. Okay? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so we're going to create our first script. Okay, so the first thing we do is we're going to create a folder called scripts. Okay, and I believe we want it. Yeah, in our assets. Right? So in assets, create folder. Scriptus. There we go. Now we're actually working inside of our project file explorer. Okay, there we go. So right here's the file. And so here now we go right click, create C# script. Okay, and this is going to be called player controller. Okay, essentially the camera is your eyes, you're the player, and you're controlling the object. And so we need code to make the magic happen, to be able to operate that. Okay, so the program's automatically saving. We've got our script. Now, you should have Visual Studio, guys. Okay, I don't need to open it there. All I need to do is double click this. Okay, right here on the right side in our inspector. I just want to check to make sure you guys can hear me before I get too far. Click this. Okay, right here on the right. Okay, it looks like we're good. Awesome. Okay, so on the right side, you can see there's a bit, that's the script inside, okay? But we're gonna open it in Visual Studio. So double click it, and here we go. Boom. Loading Visual Studio. This is essentially a class, okay? Classes have objects, classes have methods. Again, watch my C++ tutorials. You'll have a really good understanding. Okay. So let's do this. Now, this void start, these are methods. Okay. That's a method, and that's a method. I'm not really trying to do coding tutorials, but I'll just give you the gist of it. These are built-in methods by Unity. Okay, it's part of the, this is called inheritance. Okay, this is the name of our class. It's public, and it's inheriting from mono behavior. Okay, this is Unity's class essentially. Okay, it's in the background scenes. I'm sure there's a way to access it and have a look at the code, but you don't really need to. Inside their software, they have methods as well. A start method and an update method. Okay? So that's how you do that, guys. Okay, again, first thing we did was right click, create folder. We named it scripts. And then we could right click scripts and create C# script. Okay? Or we could have actually just created it right here as well. Okay, as long as you clicked scripts, Again, keep yourself organized, okay? A file system. Have a good file system, guys. Okay, don't just have stuff randomly, sporadically thrown here and there and everywhere, right? You don't want that. Okay? Nobody's gonna hire somebody that's super disorganized, okay? Again, you probably are an organized person because, you know, you can code, you can game develop. Most people that are like that could do that. These kind of things. You guys are, for the most part, detail orientated. I like to believe that. Okay, so then we double-clicked player controller. Okay, and we opened it here in Visual Studio. So we could jump back and forth between both software, okay, and do our editing. Every time we edit something, it's gonna update. Okay, so if I go like this, there we go. Okay, program's gonna update. Oh, you know why it didn't update? Control Home, Shift S. There we go. See, it's updating. Okay, you have to save. Here's the key, guys. Okay, little tips. Make sure you save. So anytime you edit inside here, I always just go Control Home, Control Shift S, boom. Again, we don't have anything to change, so it's fine. Now, I put nothing here. It's kind of common code practice. If somebody looks at your code, they're gonna, like, let's say the code's not here, okay? And they look at your code and they see your method has nothing. Let's say somebody is your code, let's see, how do I explain this? When I was drafting, we used to have people that were called checkers. They would, you know, check our drawings and make sure that all the information and details were correct. It's no different. Let's say somebody was checking your code, and I'm sure there are lots of people that do that. That's their job. And they see your method is empty. They're going to think that you're derping. They're going to think maybe you should get fired because, you know, you suck. You don't have anything in your method. You're not thinking. Right? Who knows what they're going to think? They're not going to think they're not going to think positive things. They're probably going to be like, oh my God, this guy's trash. He has nothing in his method. Okay? It's okay, guys. You go like this and you put a little comment. These are called comments. // is a comment. Okay? Just little notes here. These are notes for yourself. Comments are notes for yourself or for others, or for I'm not going to type it all, but it's also for others to read, right? You can put a note, it's kind of a little bit of a detail explaining what your code's doing. Okay? All right. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to make sure that the script is attached to our object. Okay? So what does that mean? Okay, so if we look at our armored vehicle, and you can see in our inspector over here, it has some properties. Okay, just think of these as properties. Okay, it has a location, position, has rotation, its scale is all 1 to 1 to 1 in X, Y, and Z. It has a mesh, right? So when somebody created this object, these are the properties that come with it when you import it or drag and drop it. Okay, somebody spent the time to build this little object. Okay, and they did a fine job. Okay, as a matter of fact, you could probably go in here and do edits and make changes yourself. Okay, but we're not going to do that. Okay, so they got a mesh render. Where you get these is through add component. So if I click add component, let's say I type mesh. There we go. There's your mesh collider. That's how you get that stuff, guys. Okay? Again, you can add components to your object. Again, this is an object, and then the object's inside of another object. That object being a container. Okay, again, we don't want to get too carried away, but there we go. So a collider. Okay, so in case it's physics, in case something is colliding with something else, right? Mesh collider. We're not going to mess with that. I'm just going to kind of keep it all collapsed. Okay, and again, there's some information. Whoever created this object, that's where all these details come from. Okay, now your location and rotation and scale, these are values you could change. You could do this. You could even rename this, right? If you wanted to. I don't know. No, it's a prefab. Don't do that. Never mind. I meant right here. You rename it at the top, guys, okay? Don't let me confuse you. Okay, leave the prefab alone. Okay, so we created a script. We need to take this script and attach it to the object, right? Because the program and the software needs to talk to each other, right? Think of it like that. Visual Studio needs to talk to Unity. And you need like a middleman. Who's the middleman? Well, the middleman is going to be our script, okay? This is the middleman between our Visual Studio and Unity software. Well, essentially the script is going to be saved part of the overall package, right? It's going to be part of this overall package. So the code will be in there, right? Kind of in the background in our file system. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we take our player controller. Okay, so you see how I have my armored vehicle selected? Okay, make sure you do that first. Select your armored vehicle. Don't rename it. Select it. Okay, now we got to go to scripts. Okay, select that. Okay, we want to take this. We don't want to actually click it, but you want to be able to still see your inspector for your armored vehicle. Okay, that's what we want to see. And we want to be able to drag this to here. Okay, we're dragging from here to here. Boom. There we go. Now we just attached our script to this object. Okay, so this is the, it's kind of like the telephone, right? You can't communicate without the telephone, right? You guys following? I hope so. All right, just needed some coffee. Let's keep going. Okay, so let's do some code now. Okay, so let's do some code. All right, I already showed you guys notes. Okay, you can put more notes. Right, we're not going to have anything in the start method. That's why I put nothing here. Okay, we're gonna move the vehicle, okay, in the forward direction. Okay, that's what we're doing. So that's what we're gonna do in this code here. Okay, we're just typing notes. Okay, whoever reads your script or checks your script is gonna read the note and go, oh, this code here is to move the vehicle in the forward direction. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, we got to see our X, Y, and Z. Okay, remember, blue is Z, so that's forward. Okay, blue is forward, that is Z. Okay, take note of that. Okay, red is sideways and green is up and down. Okay, all right. So give the vehicle a forward motion. Okay, so that's what we need to do. Okay, to do that, we're gonna do some code. Hopefully this works. Okay, so let's see. Let's make the magic happen now. Player controller. Ba 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 ba. Let's see. Whoop. Oh, okay, that's my advanced code. I gotta look at my early code. Okay, just to have a little bit of a look-see. Okay, ba 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 da. Okay, da 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 da. Yes. Okay. So here's the first code we're gonna type. Okay, guys. I'm just gonna give you guys kind of the code the way it was shown in the tutorial. Okay. Just to break it down. This is what you type to move a vehicle. Okay, so now take note. This is to move an object in an environment. Okay, to move an object in an environment without any player interaction. Okay, so in other words, the player has no control. All right, so here we go. Let's type. So this is, I'm gonna type it here. Let's get this right. So I always think of these. So when you're learning coding, you'll learn about objects too in coding. Okay, object is used a lot, guys. You instantiate to create an object so that you can access methods, essentially. This transform is, if we look at it, again, this is all internal to Visual Studio, okay? Transform is a get, okay? It looks like it's a getter, okay? Again, if you follow my C++ tutorials, you'll know what a setter and getter is, okay? So it's a get, okay? Our next line is translate. Okay, we don't need position. We will use that, but not right now. So transform, we were trying to transform and make something move. Okay, translate. Okay, anything that's purple is a method, guys. Okay, all methods have parentheses. Okay, always end your code with a semicolon. I don't know why that ended up there. Oh my goodness, I'm having fun today. Did I hit my insert button? Maybe I did. Let's find out. No, looks like it's fine. I'm not sure what's up. Okay. Again, parentheses have, every method has parentheses, okay? Anything that makes the magic happen is a function or a method, all right, guys? Methods can take arguments or values, okay? They also can take values, okay? X, Y, and Z. All right, guys, pretty easy, right? Except these are not the values we want, right? So we could do something like this. We could create, I call them private. We could do public. They're called fields. Commonly, you create them up top. And I'm just going to show you. We're going to do some for an example, okay? We're going to make them private, okay? So anything that's private is not accessible here. So that means you can't edit any values. That's all it means. If we make it public, we can actually edit values here. Okay? So let's say you're just starting out and you want to be able to make them public. Okay? You can make them public. So anything you make public is this is an access modifier. Okay? I'm just going to try to keep it simple. Any public access modifiers is accessible in the inspector. So it's a value, okay, which I could actually edit here inside Unity, which is great. But we don't need those. Okay, I'm just going to show, for example, we're going to create them. We could either create integers, int is short for integer, or we could be more accurate and use float. Okay, so I'm going to change these values to, because this is our player control for our armored vehicle. Okay, so let's do this. I mean, we don't have to do it this way, but I just wanted to show you guys and gals, okay? So let's go, I don't know. The hardest thing they say is creating variables. A variable stores a value, okay? It's used. Variables are what's stored in memory, okay? We're getting into coding a little bit, okay? So whatever value is stored in on your RAM in memory, temporary, okay? Okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna call it armor X, okay? And that's gonna equal 0. Okay, armor Y and armor Z. There we go. Okay, so I gotta take these values, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V, Control C, and Control V. Now the program's not arguing with me anymore. Okay, make sure you save. Always save. Okay, why is the program not arguing with me anymore? Is because we've done this. Okay, now the program, Visual Studio is great. It'll give you suggestions too. What is it suggesting? It's suggesting read only. It's all this other stuff. You could just ignore it. I don't want to make it read only. We can make them constant. Const is something, right? I don't want to get too detailed here. Const means that the program can't change the value, nor can a user change it. Okay? So, here we go. Let me just explain something here. Integers are whole numbers. Okay? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And then you have what's called float. Okay? In the coding world, just associate float with decimals. Okay? Floats are decimal values. Okay? 0.0, 0.10, 0.23, 0.35. Oh. What? 0.35. I'm really messing up. I wanted the comma there. 0. There. Silly me. Okay, there. You guys get the idea. Okay? So, here's another thing you have to remember. Okay? Take notes if you guys need to. Right? Take little notes. Okay? So, I'm using float here. Okay? If you look at our value, you can put 0. You can. Okay? So, what we're doing here is we are, just so you understand coding, values are stored from right to left. Right-hand side to left-hand side. Again, this is our variable. Okay? Our variables hold a value in memory. Okay? And they also have a memory address. But I need to stop. You need to watch my videos so you have a better understanding. Okay? So I'm going to try to keep this simple. KISS method. Okay? We want 0. So I'm a little bit particular. So if you're working with floats, 0, decimal 0, and you put an F. Okay, F for float. Okay, it's a little bit extra information for the software. Okay, and that's what you do. Again, you don't need to. with zeros, with the value that's just 0, but you do for any value such as this. Okay? All right, Z, Z, Z. Okay, I didn't need to do all that, but I just wanted to kind of get into showing you guys and gals this. Okay, so let's go transform again. I'm just going to comment this out. I'm going to comment all of this out. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a coding lesson here, so you're not confused and you know what's up. Okay, we're going to type this again. Now, if you look at it, you hover over it. Okay, this is a method, right? And the method takes a vector. Again, we're working in 3D. That's what vector 3 is. Hopefully you understand vectors. Get good at linear, get good at triangles, get good at X and Y. You guys, trigonometry has to do with gaming. If you want to learn to make games and build games, get good at math, get good at trig. Okay? Get good at vectors. They're all related to each other. Okay? That's my advice. Okay, so there's different, usually there's up and down arrows. For some reason I can't up and down arrow this stuff. I don't know why. Kind of sucks. Fixes. What do you mean fix? Z. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Okay, it has 5 overloads, but I can't look at all the overloads. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys and gals. But this method, again, like I said, takes an X, Y, and Z value. Okay? So these are parameters, and you can put in arguments. Okay? Parameters are letters. Man, I need to stop. I don't want to over it. Parameters basically are X, Y, and Z. Or something like tire pressure, you know? Right? That's a variable, right? It could be, they're also called parameters. Our arguments are values, such as, you know, this, right? Okay? I need to stop. I'm getting into C# here. Instruction. I didn't mean to. Okay, so we're going to keep this simple. Let's put in some values. 0, 0, 1, F. Okay? There we go. It brought it up. So our translate is a void method from the transform class. Okay? And it takes a float X. There we go. This is what we needed. Okay? This is key. It takes a float X, a float Y, and a float Z. So I could be real super anal, which is fine, and go 1.0. So now we've... Okay, remember when we looked at our vehicle, guys? Okay, we wanted to move in the Z direction, right? That's Z. X is red, Y is green, and forward is Z. Okay? That's why we put a value of 1 in our Z. Okay, makes sense? Alright, I'm going to save that. Okay, this could be 1 here as well. Right? We can still use these. We could change this. So what we do up here, these are called, I guess essentially, yeah, it's local. It's local to this class. Okay? Local to the class. And these, I know I commented them out, guys, and I apologize for over-explaining. I just want you guys to understand, okay? And I'm hoping it's going to help. Okay, our variables we can put in here as well, right? And then anytime we need to change the values, we could just change them in this one location. So imagine if we were at 1,000 lines of code, okay? And we're using this transform somewhere at line 563. Okay, you would have to scroll down, look for this method, change the values within the parameters, or I mean the parentheses. That could get annoying, right? So that's why we use fields, because that way, that's why they're at the top as well. So all you need to do is go to one location and you change them right here. You don't have to scroll down 563 lines to change 3 values. So we're going to fix this. I'm going to just do it just for funsies, but it's good practice for you guys. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to go like this. We're going to activate our fields again. I'm going to activate this transform. We're going to delete this one. It's the exact same thing, guys. Okay, I'm going to comment it out. And we're going to uncomment these. Okay, the values are the same. X is 0, Y is 0, and Z is 1. Okay, that's going to be our speed essentially. Okay, all right. Control Home, Shift S. Now our program's going to save. You see, going back here, check it out. So if we go to our player script, right, scripts, click the script, check it out. It gets updated here, guys, in our inspector. You can see our values. Okay, there's the notes I put for you guys and gals. We could delete that later. So anything you edit in here, again, this file is linked. It's part of this package, this prototype 1. Okay, it's all part of it. It's saved internally in the file system. Okay, so there we go. So let's go to our camera, hit F, okay, and let's have a look. What's gonna happen? Okay, let's check it out. All right, let's run the program. Whoa! Whoa, it's gone. You ever seen a tank move that quick, guys? Holy! How much time are we at here? Man, time flies when you're having fun. Have I got anything done today? I hope I did, you guys. I hope you guys are learning a lot, I hope. If Unity wants me to hire and teach tutorials, I'd be down, totally down. I'm enjoying this. I'm having so much fun. Not enough time in life, guys and gals. If you're young and this is the kind of thing you want to do, just push. Keep your focus. Keep a positive mindset. Don't let that little troll in the back of your mind keep you down. If you want something, dig into it. Okay? I'm pushing, like at my age, I'm pushing even harder. Because I feel like the tick-tock tick, tickety-tick-tock. Okay? There's not enough time. I've been at this. I had a little nap earlier, but I was up at 4 in the morning. Starting and doing streams, and then I've been kind of wanting to get into doing this. So here we are. I've been at it 16 hours, and I got maybe 1 hour and 40 minutes rest. But I'm enjoying doing this for you guys. This is fun for me. All right, that's too fast. Okay? Our tank is way too quick. Zoom, see ya. So it literally went all the way. I'm sure it traveled. It was hard to see because it was out of render distance. But here's the end of the road. And if you ever seen the movie Speed with the awesome actor Keanu Reeves, yeah, you're not jumping across that bridge. It's Yeah. Totally gone. All right. Control S. Now that tank's moving way too fast. We know in the real world that the tank does not move that quick. Okay? All right. So what we need to do is, we need to change some code up here a little bit. Okay? Now that value we entered, what is that value? Wow. That value is, again, there we go. It doesn't really tell you much. It says moves the transform by X along the X axis. I mean, this is generic information. That's exactly what it's doing, right? We're not moving it in the X. We're not moving it in the Y. We're only moving it in the Z. Now that 1F, what does that value refer to? I don't know. But 1F, that's pretty fast, whatever it is. Okay? It's not realistic, so we need to do something else. We got to improve our code here. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to delete the 001, okay, essentially, and use autocomplete to replace it with vector3.forward. Okay, so if we wanted to, maybe, I don't know if it'll work here, but we actually need to go like this. We got to comment out Z. We're not going to use it anymore, and we're going to replace it. Actually, I'm going to delete this. I hope you guys don't mind. We don't need it anymore, but it's just another way of doing it. Okay? I'm going to keep these stored. I don't know why I would do this, but I just wanted to show you guys for practice so you guys get used to creating variables. Again, this is a variable, and this is a variable. Each variable is holding a value, so this variable is holding a value of 0 in memory, essentially. Okay? Now we could keep this here. We could use this code and just change this. And we could get rid of these. We could get rid of all this, right? And we could keep it simple. It's up to you, right? Again, we're doing different things to practice different things, okay? So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that. Okay, we're going to keep these though. We need to change this. Again, vector, okay? Vector 3. Vector 2 is 2D, guys. Vector 3 is 3D. Okay, vector 3 is built in with Unity. What is it? It's a struct. Okay, that's just, it's structs. If you learned about classes, you probably learned about structs. Okay. It's a representation of 3D vectors and points. Okay, it's great that these developers, they build this code and stuff for you to make life way easy for you. Okay, again, that's what vector 3 is. It's a struct. Okay, essentially it's a class. Okay, and it's going to have a method. It's actually not a method. It's a getter. And it's called forward. Okay, forward, what is up? Oh, do I get rid of the, let me just think, do I get rid of this? Yes, I do. Okay, I gotta delete everything. My bad, guys. Okay, I gotta delete everything. Because there's more than one, so this is called 5 overloads. Don't think of it as a bad thing. Think of it as this transform or this translate method can do 5 different things. It has 5 different operations. Okay? So instead of going X, comma, Y, comma, Z, which is float, 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 we can go vector 3. Now look, let's look at it now. Translate vector 3 Vector 3, translation. Moves the transform in the direction and distance of translation. Translation is kind of like a linear, when you're transversing or translating. Okay, I hope that makes sense. It's kind of like an English word that isn't used very often, but to translate, right? In a linear direction. Okay, is kind of the best way I can explain it. So there we go, forward. Okay, done. Fixed. I got kind of carried away, guys. I'm deleting the old code. If I leave it there, you guys are going to get confused, and I don't want you to get confused. Okay, now let's look at the forward. What is forward? Forward holds the vector 3 values of 0, 0, 1. Okay, what we had earlier, guys. I'm going to keep this. Let me just go like this. I'm going to go Z, 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 Z. I'll paste it back, guys. Just give me a sec. I want that other one. There. I want this one right here. I'm going to go like this. Control V. And I'm just going to delete those again. Okay, I'm going to keep that there in case we're going to add in. I'm going to delete all this too. Okay, just to kind of simplify things. Okay. Okay. Look at forward. You see it? 0, 0, 1. It's the exact same thing as this. It's just a shortened version. So instead of typing 001.0f, all you need to do is type dot forward. Okay? Awesome. Awesome sauceum. Okay? Hopefully, yeah, I'm going to just leave it at that. I don't want to over-explain. All right, let's run it again. What's going to happen? Whoa, zoom! Same thing, guys, right? Nothing's changed. The only thing we've changed is the, what's the best way to explain it? I don't know. There is a terminology or word for it. We just changed the method, not really the method, but the format. We just changed formatting. That's all we've done. Okay, we need to build on this because it's still not perfect. Something's wrong. We gotta do more than this. We gotta do better. Okay. Customize the vehicle's speed. How do we do that? How do we customize the vehicle speed? Okay, well, if you're good at physics, what is it? Distance equals velocity multiplied by time. I think that's correct, right? Basic physics. Distance equals velocity times multiplied by time. So that's how we're going to fix this. So we're going to use something else that's built in, okay, in our transform method, okay? Or transform, translate method. Okay, just hold up. Let me just look at something here. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna type it, okay? Time. Okay, look at that. Oh, built in. Nice. What is time? Time is a class. Part of Unity engine, okay? Define devs. Man, they were thinking out of the box when they did this. Provides an interface to get time information from Unity. Ah, awesome. Okay, time. So here we could use the dot. The dot is your friend, you guys. The dot separator, oh, it's totally your friend. Okay, it's called delta time. Delta time is also a getter. Okay, we got to get time from the system. The interval in seconds, okay, again, time is in seconds from the last frame to the current one, which is also read only. Okay, again, if you're a gamer, you'll understand frames per second. If you've heard 60 frames per second, that means how many times does the image get flashed in front of your face per second? Okay, basically that's what it is. So we're going to use some math here, and we're going to multiply. Oh, crazy. How do you multiply a class and a getter with a struct and another getter? Man, it's mind-blowing. Well, okay, let's just keep it simple in our mind, guys. Variables and values, they're so great. They truly are. Remember, I'm having problems here, guys. Dropping stuff. Remember, when we did our fields earlier, private, float, we had armor, x equals 0.0f. I'm just going to go like this, and we're going to comment it out. And that's supposed to be an equals, not that. There we go. Private float armor x equals a value. Any value. This could be 100, okay? 100 could be stored in this variable. So if you think of these as well, these are essentially, well, they're getting values from the system. So it's getting a value and multiplying it by another value. Okay? Just look at it like that. Okay, Control Home, Shift S. Let's check it out. Let's see what else. I know this is taking longer than the Learn game, but I'm also giving you more of an in-depth instruction, line by line and function by function and getter by getter and method by method and class by class. And you're learning a lot more here, hopefully. Let's run it again, see what happens. Oh, yes. Now we're talking. That's a lot better. It's a perfect music for it too. Now I'm going to stop this. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to bring my game scene like this, guys. That way we can kind of follow along and watch. Okay, I'm going to run it again. Okay, here we go. Grandma, I love you, Grandma, but I think Grandma's driving the tank, guys. Grandma's in the tank. That's okay. Oh, man, how are we doing that? We're driving through boulders? What is up? That's because we don't have any collisions yet, guys. Essentially, it's a invisible object. We need to create collisions. And I wonder how long before Grandma gets to the end of the runway, guys. I don't know. Is she going fast enough for takeoff? I'm not sure about that. Grandma, wait for me. I think how fast is Grandma going? Is that 1 mile an hour? That is 1 meter per second. Or something like that. I don't know. What are we moving at here? 1 unit equals 1 meter. I don't know. I'm just wild guessing here, but by the time Grandma gets to the end of the runway, we'll probably have our breakfast eaten. It's okay. Love you, Grandma. There we go. So we multiplied that value. So we're transforming, meaning basically we want to make, this is to make an object move. Okay? We're moving it by time and by vector forward. Again, this value is affected based on time, right, guys? That's why it gets changed. Okay, but we need to increase the speed. Remember the formula? Distance equals velocity times time. Okay, forward is the one. We're going to go forward. It's a struct. It represents 3D vectors and points. Okay, points. So I don't know, maybe 1 unit. These are by units, I guess. Just going to look at it that way. That value is 1. Okay, guys? Forward, we just need it to go forward. So it needs, the program or software needs to know which direction to go. That value is 1. Okay, anything times 1 is 1, right? But 1 means go forward in the Z direction. Okay, and we're multiplying it by time. The interval in seconds from the last frame. Okay, so we need to multiply. We need to get some. We got time, but we don't have velocity, right? That's what we're missing. Okay. Oh, add rigid body. Yes, let's do that. Before we add any velocity, let's add rigid body components to the objects. Okay, to our obstacles. Okay, here we go. We're getting some collision now. Okay, so we're going to create collision between the vehicle and the obstacle. Okay, and then we're going to end the stream. Okay, let's do that. So click our armored vehicle. I'm up here in hierarchy. And we're going to add a component. Remember, I'm talking about this stuff early on, guys, so that when I click this stuff, you guys know what's up. Okay? So we're going to look for what's called a rigid body, right? There we go. I type rigid body. Now, rigid body is 3D, guys. Just because they didn't put 3D there doesn't mean it's not 3D. Don't select 2D. Select just the regular standard rigid body. That one is, in fact, the 3D one you want. There we go. We just attached a rigid body to our tank. Now it has gravity activated. So what's going to happen? So in the rigid body component properties, increase the mass of the vehicle. Okay. An obstacle about what they would be in kilograms. Okay. Let's do, I don't know. Whoa. Let's do some, I don't know. Mass of a small tank in kilograms. Okay. No. Army tank. Well, we'll just go with mass of a tank. Okay, so we wanted kilograms, so of course in kilograms. Here we go. 62,000. Woo, that's a lot, huh? 68 tons. Do we use that value? I don't know. Short tons. Abrams tanks, pretty awesome, huh? Man, those things are beautiful. Okay, I don't know. Do I use 62,000? Oh, here we go. An Abrams is 62,000 kilograms. Okay, I don't know. You want to roll with it, guys? It is a tank, right? It is kind of smaller, though. But again, mass is in kilograms. Okay, 62,000. It didn't like that comma. That's why. 62, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay. All right. So now what is the mass of a boulder? Right? In kilograms. Okay, we'll just go whatever. It doesn't really matter, but we want something heavy, right? Something massive. What do you think, guys? 2,000 pounds? Which is 1 ton, right? We should use, or 4,000, rock size category. There we go. Estimate the quantity. You could go like that. We don't want to get that deep into math. I don't know. 2,000 pounds. And then we'll just see what's up. So we need to select all our obstacles. Every single one of them. Okay. And then we're going to add component, rigid body. There, we just did all of them at the same time, guys. And then we're going to say 2,000. Okay, boom. Okay, so if I randomly select, they should all be updated. Okay, let's save that. Control Shift S. Whoops, didn't mean to Shift S. Control S here. It's Shift S in here. Okay, there we go. So we added rigid body to our tank, and we've added rigid body to our boulders. Now, this is what they're for, guys. It's so that we can have collision, okay, instead of driving through. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, let's go here. We'll just go here, maybe. All right, let's run it, see what happens. I haven't done anything in regards to speed. Remember, we haven't done any velocity yet. Let me just stop this. Let's have a look. Let's get closer so we have a look at what's up, at what's happening. Okay, let's run it again. Here we go. Granny's at the controls. Granny's at the controls. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, bum, bum. Well, it is heavier than the boulder, right? Dun, 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 dun. We'll be pushing boulders like a bulldozer all day. Let's go! I probably should have picked some different obstacles, but that's okay. If we want, we can add a quick obstacle, such as one of these. We'll put it here. And where is it? What? I missed it. That's why. Drag and drop. Prop barrier. I'm going to rename it. We're going to call it A. We're also going to give it a rigid body, guys. And what's the mass? Mass of, I don't know, of a, what is it, a construction sign? Barricade? That would make more sense, right? In kilograms. 28 pounds. 20, nah, that doesn't seem like much. 83 kilograms? 83 kilograms. Okay, there we go. We're just rough estimating here. Okay, now we need to move it. We need to move it in a spot where, you know, we can say, hey, be careful. Don't run into this. There's a boulder there. Can't you see? Okay, what's our X and Y are zeros? Okay, that's fine. Oh, let's check our... Yeah, it looks like it's touching. That's good. Perfect. Okay, so I can actually copy these. So let's copy one here. We'll just copy one for now. Paste. Make sure it's inside here. Rename it. Again, these are the things you guys want to do ahead of time. Take notes. Before you make any duplicates, like start with one. Okay, add your rigid body, add in your mass. Do all your stuff ahead of time so that when you copy an object, you're not having to retype stuff, right? Make sense? Okay, so we have a second one. And where are you? Right there. Okay. And then we're just going to move that there. Zoom in. How we doing? Oh, wow. We're underneath. What's up? Okay. So Z is 2.5. Let's go like this. Control V. Where did it go? I have no idea. Okay, that's fine. Why is that? Let's just go like this. Control V. There we go. Okay, so now at least it's kind of where it should be. Now the values are gonna change, guys. Okay, just to let you know. All right, we can make it the same as the boulder. Red is X. So let's go 3. There we go. It's in front of the boulder now. Okay. And I could copy and duplicate and do all those sort of things too, right? I could go on and on and on here. You guys get the idea. If you're doing it, you know, you could pause the video and then you could put signs in front of each boulder too, right? Okay, again, remember, add your rigid body, put in your mass so that every time you copy it, it's going to have a rigid body and it's also going to have the mass. All right? Cool, cool. Okay, the last thing we need to do is give it some velocity because, yeah, that's going way too slow. So let's add some velocity. Okay, so we're gonna need some speed. Okay, I'm just gonna copy. No, you know what? I'm just gonna go here. Okay, we're gonna get rid of this. Actually, we're gonna reuse that. Okay, it's still gonna be a float. And we're going to call this armor speed. Okay? Armor speed. How fast should it be going? I don't know. Let's try a value of 20. Okay? So, to give you an idea, I know you guys, most of you probably learned Imperial. 1 meter per second. 2 miles per hour. Okay, so just to give you an idea for my American friends, 1 meter per second is equal to 2.2 miles per hour. Okay, just to give you an idea. Just paste it there. Okay, or I'll just cut this. Control. So annoying. Got these little teensy bugs that are flying around, drive me crazy. I just want to punch them. Okay, 2.2. 1 meter per second equals 2.2 miles per hour. All right, there we go. So we got 20 for a value. So again, remember, distance equals velocity times time, right? So we need some momentum. We need some speed molecules. Again, you can put the value there, guys. You could do that, but this is the smarter way of doing it. Create a variable. Now this could be public too. Let me show you quickly. Let's make it public. I'm going to show you quickly. Okay. Something. Control C. And we're going to paste this here. Okay. So now we're transferring. Again, this is without user input. This is just moving. This is the code to move an object without any user input. All right, guys? All right. Good. And then I'm going to delete that. We don't need that anymore. You guys get the idea. Again, remember I made this public. So I'm going to go like this. Control C. We're going to fix this. Control V. And I'm going to go like this. Control C. Control V. There. Control Shift S. All right. Our code should be updating. Okay, let's check. Let's check our scripts. Okay, check our script. Should be all updated. There we go. We should be golden, guys. All right, let's check it out. Let's see what happens now. All right, what's our tank gonna do? Did we kick Granny out? Did Granny get kicked out? I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah! Whoa! Snap! There we go. Now we got some motion. Now we're talking, boys and girls. Now we're talking. I can run it again. Again, you're not going to see down the road because we don't have our camera following along. That's one of the other things we need to do, guys and gals. Our camera right now is static. Okay? Right? This would be our game mode, right? So if I go like this, bring this down, run it, we'll see in our game mode, that's what's happening. We just ran over that boulder like it was nothing. That's hilarious. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully, you guys and gals enjoyed that. That's the end of that lesson. Appreciate you watching. Hopefully, you're learning and enjoying as much as I am. Whoever you are, wherever you are, much love. Supporters, viewers, those that hit the like button. You guys, I love you guys so much. Whoever you are, you guys are awesome, beautiful. Man, you guys are awesome, blessed. I wish you all the best in life. Truly, I do. I mean that. You guys are, yeah. Yeah! Let's go! All right, I'll check you guys out in the next video. For now, Johnny saying take care.
Maybe I don't understand this.